So let us now investigate further and read through the 10K and see if these numbers contain some non-recurring items or not. So let's go back to the annual report, and this is page number 44 where we have the income statement. Now, in order to identify the non-recurring items, I would like all of you to actually navigate to page number 18, and this is where you will note that there are certain elements of non-recurring items which have been included at various stages in the income statement. The one which I am interested in terms of understanding is the gross profit gap. The gross profit gap number is the number which has been provided by the company as per the accounting standards. Now, and they have arrived to a number called gross profit non-GAAP. Now, what exactly is non-GAAP and what is GAAP? GAAP is a number which is as per the accounting standards, and companies many a times also report a non-GAAP number, which essentially means that in order to do a better analysis, reporting of these non-GAAP numbers is not mandatory, and the management reports these set of numbers only because they feel that the non-GAAP measure is a better measure for representation of their business rather than the GAAP measure. Now let us analyze the numbers or the line items which are in between the GAAP as well as non-GAAP. Items are included are as follows: restructuring programs, costs related to the sale of land in Mexico, business realignment, and other cost saving initiatives. Now if you analyze from the point of view of whether these items are recurring or non-recurring, you will definitely realize that these are all non-recurring items. Restructuring is also a one-time effort, sale of land is one time, business realignment is again one time. So these are non-recurring in nature and will not happen year over year throughout the business cycle. So as we have now seen that gross profit is now converted into non-GAAP, which means that these costs have been included in the cost of sales. If you investigate further and look at selling, general and administrative costs on page number 19, you will see the same thing, where selling, general and administrative costs as per the GAAP is being represented, and then there are other costs like restructuring and business realignment which were included in SG&A as per GAAP, which has been removed. Likewise, look at the other income expenses net. If you look at this list, you'll find that majority of them are one-time non-recurring items. Something like gain on sale of non-core product lines, or charges for a French competition law matters, or interesting thing, Venezuela hyperinflationary transition charge. So all these are one-time recurring charges, and looks like this income statement is filled with non-recurring items. So let us kind of reconcile and remove these non-recurring items from the recurring ones so that we are in a position to analyze this in a better way. For doing that, in fact, if you go to the website where we have earlier downloaded the SEC filing under the 10K reports, I would like you to actually go to the financial information section. The point I am trying to show here is that there is a section called financial reconciliation. Just click on this financial reconciliation and you will notice that there's a line called reconciliation of non-GAAP financial measures. As we have seen that the company has already provided us a way in which they have removed the non-recurring items and given us the non-GAAP measures which are better reflection of the business. So what we want is to download the non-GAAP measures or the adjustments at once so that we don't have to kind of navigate between the 10K reports. And the report that we are looking at is the full 12-month report, which ends on 31st December 2012. So here we have this reconciliation for 2 years, 2012 and 2011. So let's download this report of reconciliation and see what it contains. So I've clicked on that icon, and what we now see is that there's a full table which gives us a reconciliation of each element: gross profit, selling, general and administrative expenses, other income expenses, and operating profits. So let us now move forward and kind of build our income statement, dividing that into two parts, recurring and non-recurring.